Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go for the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go for the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? So I actually didn't think of a guess what, but I'm very excited for this song because this is my favorite Frozen 2 song.
It's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's just that awesome.
Olaf
and I
is just
can't
the best.
believe that movie came out like 10 years ago. I don't know why it took us this long to finally get to this song.
Wait, is this from the first Frozen
movie? It is from the first Frozen.
Then this, but Let It Go's a close, ooh.
I
don't know.
No, it's not close. It's not close.
When
Olaf
that song played, my 10-year-old self was like, it's the most magical. I mean, it was just the most magical thing ever. So for me, Let It Go's up there, but In Summer is a close second. Okay, maybe they're tied.
When this movie came out, you were 10?
I think so. 10 or 11? I remember being...
Let's keep it light and not feel depressed about how old we are. How about that? Let's move on to the song.
I wasn't depressed. I don't know about you, but I'm just kidding.
You were 10 when it came out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. So. Yeah, so... yes, the point being, we should have gotten this song long, long ago. We've done the one, what's the one? When I'm Older.
that we've already done that one. So we definitely should have done this one. But anyway, here we go. It's gonna start on a G, and I want to show you what this is gonna sound like at full speed. It's kind of tricky if this is your first song ever. I would recommend just trying to get the first line or so. Don't worry about getting the whole entire song. But will buzz, kids will blow it like buzz, and I'll be doing something. A drink in my hand, my snow up against the burning sand, probably getting drowsy down in summer. And then the last part, some of the first notes that you'll need. You're gonna need a G for this, so we're gonna throw the letters on here so you can see that if you take any group of 3 black notes, like these ones right here, and you take the middle note in a group of 3, you drag it, and we're gonna say out loud, bees. So we're gonna play that one, say bees, and then we're gonna play that one, that E. We're gonna skip down a note, skip over this note, it's an F. Skip over that note, and you'll be on the note for the word will, and then go down one more, don't skip any notes, and you'll land on a D, and that's buzz. So the first 3 notes of the song are gonna be bees, will, buzz. Cool, let's try that with the track, just those first 3 notes. Go ahead, and if you're in the archives, you can pause the video right now and practice just that one little phrase. If you're live with us, try to get these 3 notes, but if you don't get it the first time, that's fine. We got lots more practice coming. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, ready, go. Bees will buzz. Yeah, cool. So that might take some more practice time, but that's the right idea for those first 3 notes. And the next ones also start on a G. So this thing right here, we're probably gonna practice all of those notes together as a phrase. So we're gonna try to put all those together. That's gonna start on a G, same note that we started on at the very beginning. So we're gonna start on a G. We're gonna go 1 note to the right, which is gonna be an A, because in music, it just goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it starts back over again, A. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So G and A are right next to each other. So we're gonna play a G, and then an A, and then come right back to the G. And you already practiced skipping from a G to an E, so I know you already know how to get from a G to an E. That's what we gotta do right here, G to an E. So after we play G, A, G, we're gonna skip down to an E. In the same way that we skipped down to the E, we're gonna skip down again, and we would land on a C, and we're gonna skip down again, and we would land on an A. So a lot of skipping going on here. G, A, G, skip, skip, skip. Now, after you get down to that A, we're gonna skip actually back up to that C right there, and then just go 1 note over, and that would be a D. So those are all the notes for kids will blow dandelion fuzz. Okay, so at this point, people who were feeling like, I think I can do this, are starting to feel like, oh no, this is confusing and hard and fast, which is true, which is why you don't have to get these notes down by the end of the lesson. You just have to, they just have to make sense so that you can practice them later on during the week. So we're gonna work on kids will blow dandelion fuzz. If you can't play that right now, that means that you're normal. It means you are gonna need to practice later on during the week, but you can totally get it. But even I had to practice this song in order to be able to play it. So it's a tough song. Then once we go to this note right here is kind of an optional note. If you don't want to play that C, you don't have to. It's just the word and. So you could skip that one. And then you'll probably recognize this pattern right here, G, A, G, E, C, because that's the same thing that we just did over there. So once you get that thing down, you'll have that section down, which is I'll be doing what? Now we've got to do this weird phrase right here. Every snow does in summer. We're gonna start on a D, which is gonna be 1 note over from the C that you're already on. And I know we're going really fast through these notes, but again, you don't have to have this down. You can always go back in the archives and just rewind the sections that you need to go over and over it until you have it down. So we're gonna play D, E, D, and then jump all the way down to a G, which means you're gonna skip over 3 notes. Those 3 notes happen to be a C and a B and an A, but we're gonna skip over 3 notes to go from a D to a G. You don't have to know that it's a G or know that that's a D. Just know that when you're on that one for snow, you wanna skip down 3 notes to that one and then skip right back up to that same note again. We're gonna come back up to that D, and then our last 2 notes of this line are gonna be a C and an E. So those last ones right there. Now, the good news is a lot of this stuff's going to come right back, and we're going to play the same exact notes again. So let's just try that much of it together with the track. This is probably not for you and me right now. This is for me to play along with future you after you practice. Come back, make sure you rewind the video in the archives, and try playing along with me. But for right now, just get all the notes that you can, and don't worry about the rest. Everybody playing their own version. Ready, set, go. And a 2. And a 1, 2, 3, go. Bees will buzz, kids will blow dandelion fuzz, and I'll be doing what every snow does in summer. Crazy, crazy fast. And then I'll show you that part later. But for right now, we need to do Drink in My Hand, Snow Up Against the Burning Sand, probably Getting Gorgeously Tan in Summer, because that's the last bit of this song. These are basically the same exact notes that we just played. We got to change them up a little bit for the words. But you can see we're going to go Drink in My Hand is basically G-E-D like we did earlier, except we've got extra words. So we got to throw in a couple C's there, but it's basically G to E to D with some C's on the side of the D. So G, E, C, D, C, and then up here we're going to play G, A, G, E, C, A. You'll recognize that from that thing that we did before, where we had like went up a little bit and then we skip. This one does have a natural sign on it, and that's because later on I'm going to show you how to play that. That part, that would change up all of the notes for this line, but for this line, they're just telling you that this A right here is a regular old A, even though later on you're going to learn how to play a different funky A. So G, A, G, E, C, A, C, D. That's the exact same notes we played earlier up on this section. Kids will blow dandelion fuzz, exact same notes for Snow Up Against the Burning Sand. So that's good news. And then you'll recognize this thing too. No! That's the sound of Clapple. Okay, last time through. Okay, hang on, Clapple. Let me show them these last notes, and then we will play this our last time through. For level 1, we're gonna do it a lot more on level 2, don't worry. G-A-G, that ends up being kind of an important phrase in this song. We got a lot of those. G-A-G, and then jumping down to a C, so you're gonna be skipping over 3 notes again. From a G down to a C, and then D, E, D, G is going to be that same thing. I feel like we've had that one before. D, E, D, G right there. In summer. So all of that stuff is going to come back here. Gorgeously tan in is the same thing as every snow does in. So once you get the first like half of the song, you actually know the notes for almost the whole entire song, but it takes a lot of practice to get it down. Then we're gonna play D, C for summer, and then we're gonna play D, D, E to finish off the song. And my recommendation would be to make it super duper dramatic. Don't play the same D that you played here. I would go way up to a D. So instead of playing this D right here, I'd go way up to this D and play In Summer. Let's try the whole thing with the track. Get all the notes that you can. If you miss a bunch, that's fine. We got lots of practice time. Let's try it. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2. Ready, go. Bees will buzz, kids will blow dandelion fuzz, and I'll be doing what every snow does in some. See, we all mess up. A drink in my hand, my snow up against the burning sand, probably getting gorgeously tan in summer. And then the high D up here for the big dramatic finish. And those are all of the notes that we have for the entire song. We got a lot more time to practice it later on in this lesson. But for right now, I want you to pay attention to something that Catherine S. has been working on, because she's working on Come Alive. So check out her progress.
Hello, I'm going to be doing half of Come Alive that I know.
Way to go, Catherine. Thanks for showing us your progress. Kendra, show us what our weekly activity is.
For the interval flashcards activity, print the following pages single-sided and cut into fourths along the lines. Fold each strip in half along the logo. The correct label for each interval will be on the back of each card.
Those are super helpful, especially if you're in Clapple Academy level 3 or higher and you're working on your ear training for your intervals and stuff. So make sure you put some of those together. It's time now for our question of the day. And today's question of the day is, what is the best soundtrack ever? You can't pick Frozen. That's the only one you can't pick. But tell me what your favorite soundtrack is right now. I'll tell you in our family's playlist are the Hamilton songs, a bunch of those, and then a bunch of the Trolls, the new one, although... Man, that other one, it's got In September and Can't Stop the Feeling, and there's another one too. I forget. But anyway, the new Trolls I think is our favorite, but I like some of my favorite songs are on the old Trolls soundtrack. So those are our 3. I want to know what yours are. But for right now, we've got another question from Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And it is from Alex D, who says, Dear Jamin, do you take piano lessons? Absolutely, I do. My teacher's name is Dr. Gilman, and I probably take a lesson with him maybe once every month or so, because he gives me a lot to work on. So yeah, I got my own stuff that I'm working on too. So when I tell you I make mistakes and I got to practice and we're all making progress together, I really mean it. So we're all working on stuff. But don't tell anyone, and don't tell anyone the rest of our secret information.
Secret information.
And today, our top secret information. In the top secret folder is, let's find out. Here we go. Oh, that's right. So, nobody else knows this, but just you will know that this song isn't really in 4/4 time like it says. If we look at level 2, the level 2 people are going to be like, oh, cool, this is in 4/4 time. So they're going to think, oh, we should be counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, you can kind of get away with that, but in reality, this song is in 12/8, and we don't have very many of those. That means literally you're supposed to count to 12 in every single measure. So you're supposed to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But it's really hard to count that way. So we just put it in 4/4 time, even though in each of those 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's actually 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's why there's so many stupid triplets in this song. We got a triplet right there, and we got triplets right there, and right there, and right there. That's because this song is actually in 12/8 and not in 4/4. But again, shh, that's a secret. More secret information. Oh yeah, there's a thing that happens. Now, if you're not in the higher levels, that's fine. You can still use this secret information that right here, we've got this A flat to G thing happening. Now, we've talked before in some of the secret information about how it's really cool in your left hand if you play a G right before the end of a song. Pretty much any song it works to go twinkle, twinkle. I'm just picking a random song. How I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder. So you can just like throw in G's. Well, here's the additional thing. If you want us to make it sound kind of goofy, you can also throw in an A flat to a G to a C to end your song, and pretty much any song that you want to before you play your final C of the song. Try an A flat to a G to a C, and that'll make it like sound like this special kind of goofy ending. So A flat to G is a thing that you can totally use, even though A flats are pretty rare. But again, shh, that's a secret. And our last secret of the day is who won the raffle. Let's find out if it's you.
Transitioning to level 2.
Congratulations.
This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.